morning from frosty and very cold Rydal. This is vlog number 2 for the Rural Youth Project. I guess a couple of things have changed since I spoke to you last a couple of months ago. Most of New South Wales now is in pretty severe drought, so even here we normally are quite, on top of the Great Dividing Range, we normally get quite a bit of rain, but it's been about 2 years now since farmers have had a real good drop, especially in central western New South Wales. So most of the state, except for the coastal regions, have now been declared as in extreme drought. And I guess just some of those issues that have arise are, freight subsidies. So, I think there's a lot of movement right at the moment for the government to step in and bring down the cost of freighting feed over from Western Australia and South Australia at the moment. So that's certainly an issue, and I guess, broader than that is how are we helping young farmers to become more resilient for when natural disasters such as this do happen. I think it's an unavoidable fact when you're farming that environment's not always going to be your best friend, and how do we prepare for that in terms of business and making sure our young farmers have the skills to do that. So that's a really topical issue in Australia at the moment, is how we're supporting farmers through the drought. And I presented at a conference earlier this week about fledgling farmers, but it was all about the building blocks for success, and it was a grain growers conference, and almost everyone there was under the age of 35, and I guess it was just a lot about how young farmers ensure that they have the business skills to make sure that their business is viable into the future, especially when natural disasters occur. And I guess leading on from that, another really interesting thing that I learned from this conference is that if you're a young farmer, or if you're an aspiring farmer and you don't have the capital needed, or you don't have, the family farm waiting for you at home, how you access capital to acquire land. It's incredibly expensive to buy land in Australia. I would really love to buy, there's some paddocks just across from me here now, and they're not very big, they're maybe 40 acres. It's part of a hill, so there's no building blocks, there's no building DAs on them, I guess, if that's what you'd like to call them, and they still went for nearly $400,000 each, 2 blocks of 40 acres, which is absolutely mental for a young person like myself trying to look at, acquiring land and getting their start in a business such as this. So I guess they're just 2 of the issues I wanted to touch on for you on this very quick blog. It's very cold outside. I can't even hold the camera. My hands are so cold, and I know that it's much colder in some of the places that other delegates are coming from. It's just a video to show you that it does in fact get quite cold in Australia. It's probably about -2 at the moment right now. Solid frost on the ground. It's pretty icy. And this is some of our property, some of the sheep down there, and we've just had some lambs down the back there. You can probably hear them. They're pretty cute, I've got to admit. But it's very, very cold here this morning, although probably not as cold as Sweden or Canada, but we like to think it's pretty cold.